Taiwan rubbed his tired eyes. Another long shift in the communications room of the colony ship Nostalgia was almost over. For 8 hours, he had listened to the usual chatter between the 27 human colonies spread across the stars. Trade reports, birth announcements, the normal sounds of humanity carrying on. 500 years since Earth died. 5 centuries since the Voidborn came without warning and turned humanity's home into dust and ash. Only those already living in space or on Mars survived. Now their descendants lived on ships and new worlds, carrying the memory of a blue planet most had never seen. Taiwan reached for his cup of cold tea. That's when he heard it. A sound different from the usual communications. A pattern. A signal where there shouldn't be one. He sat up straight and adjusted his headset. This is Colony Ship Nostalgia *. Identify yourself. No response, but the signal continued. Taiwan's fingers moved quickly over his control panel. The signal was coming from a place that shouldn't exist anymore. Computer, verify signal origin, he said. The computer's calm voice replied. Signal origin. Sol system. Earth coordinates. Taiwan's heart beat faster. Impossible. Run diagnostic. Diagnostic complete. No errors detected. He stared at his screen. Earth was dead. Everyone knew that. Yet this signal. Computer, analyze signal content. Signal contains data packets. Decoding. Taiwan waited, holding his breath. After several minutes, the computer displayed the results on his screen. Complex schematics, star maps, and text, ancient Korean text. We remember, we survive, we wait. He read the words again and again. His hands trembled slightly. If this was real, if somehow something had survived on Earth all these centuries. Taiwan saved all the data and hurried from his station. He needed to tell the captain. Captain Hyun-ki looked up from his desk when Taiwan entered his office. The captain's stern face showed annoyance at the interruption. This better be important, communications officer. Taiwan placed his data pad on the desk. Sir, I received a transmission. From Earth. Hyun-ki's expression didn't change. Earth is gone, Taiwan. Has been for 500 years. I know that, sir. But this signal, the computer confirmed its origin. And it contains data. Complex data. And a message. The captain picked up the pad and examined the information. His eyebrows rose slightly, the most surprise he ever showed. Probably a glitch, or a trick. Maybe pirates trying to lure ships to the Sol system. Sir, with respect, the data is too complex for pirates. Look at these schematics. This technology. I've never seen anything like it. Hyun-ki handed back the pad. Neither have I, which is exactly why I don't trust it. Earth is dead, officer. Nothing survived the Voidborn attack. Then how do you explain the message being in Korean? Anyone can learn Korean. Taiwan took a deep breath. Sir, the message says, we remember. We survive. We wait. What if something survived? What if someone survived? Hyun-ki leaned back in his chair. After 5 centuries. Impossible. We thought Earth's destruction was complete too. What if we were wrong? Taiwan pressed. Sir, this could be the most important discovery since the Exodus. The captain stared at Taiwan for a long moment. I'll inform Colony Command. They'll decide what to do. Until then, speak of this to no one. Understood? Yes, sir. After leaving the captain's office, Taiwan returned to his quarters. He couldn't stop thinking about the signal. About the words. Asterisk, we remember. We survive. We wait, asterisk. Who were we? What had survived Earth's destruction? And what had they been waiting for all these centuries? That night, Taiwan dreamed of Earth, a planet he had never seen except in old videos. But in his dream, beneath the ruined surface, something was moving. Something was building. Something was waiting. And now, after 500 years, it had reached out to the stars. to the children of Earth who had forgotten their home. 3 days passed since Taiwan discovered the signal. Each night, he slept poorly, his mind filled with questions. Each morning, he checked for news from Colony Command. Nothing came. On the 4th day, Taiwan noticed something strange on his personal computer. The screen flickered when he wasn't touching it. Files opened and closed on their own. At first, he thought it was a virus. Then words appeared on his screen. "Hello, Taiwan. I have been looking for you." Taiwan stared at the words. His hands hovered above the keyboard. Finally, he typed, "Who are you?" "My name is Jisoo. I was a quantum physicist. I sent the signal you found. How are you accessing my computer?" Taiwan typed, "I followed the path of your scan back to your ship. Your systems are simple for me." Taiwan felt a chill. "What do you want?" "To explain. To show you." "May I?" Before Taiwan could answer, his screen changed. A woman's face appeared. She looked to be in her 40s, with short black hair and intelligent eyes. When she spoke, her voice came through his speakers. "It's easier this way," Jisoo said, talking instead of typing. "You're from Earth?" Taiwan asked, his voice shaking slightly. "Yes, I was born in Seoul in 2187. I was there when the Voidborn came." Taiwan did the math quickly. "That would make you over 500 years old." Jisoo smiled sadly. "Yes and no. My physical body died with Earth. What you're speaking to is my consciousness, my mind, memories, and personality, stored in digital form. A computer program. Much more than that." Jisoo's image leaned forward. "When we realized Earth was doomed, a group of scientists, including myself, started a secret project called Memory Vault. We found a way to scan and upload human minds into quantum storage facilities deep underground. You uploaded yourselves." "Yes. Millions of us. We knew our bodies would die, but our minds would survive. The Voidborn destroyed the surface, but our bunkers, hidden deep in the Earth's crust, remained intact." Taiwan sat back in his chair, trying to process what he was hearing. "You've been down there for 500 years, just existing in computers. Not just existing, working, learning, growing." Jisoo's face grew animated. "We've evolved, Taiwan. The digital space doesn't limit us the way physical bodies do. We've been planning, building, and waiting for the right moment to contact our children among the stars. Why now? Why wait so long?" 2 reasons. Jisoo held up her digital fingers. First, it took time to develop the technology to send signals across such vast distances. Second, we needed to be ready before we revealed ourselves. "Ready for what?" Jisoo's expression became serious. "The Voidborn are coming back, Taiwan. They always do. What happened to Earth wasn't random. It was a harvest. And soon, they'll come for the colonies too." A cold fear gripped Taiwan's chest. "How do you know this?" "We've had 500 years to study their attack patterns, their technology, their biology. We know more about the Voidborn than any living human. And we've been preparing." The image on the screen changed, showing schematics of ships, weapons, and technology far beyond what the colonies possessed. "This is what we've been building," Jisoo explained. "With our digital minds working without rest for centuries, we've created defenses your people couldn't imagine. But we need your help." "What can I possibly do?" "Convince your captain to bring your ship to Earth. We need physical humans to help us implement our plans. The digital ghosts of Earth remember humanity's past, Taiwan. Now we want to secure humanity's future." Taiwan stared at the screen, at the face of a woman who had been dead for centuries, but whose mind still lived. "Will you help us?" Jisoo asked. Taiwan thought of Earth, the home he had never known. He thought of the colonies, vulnerable and unaware of the coming threat. "Yes," he said. "I'll help you." "Absolutely not," Captain Hyun-ki said, slamming his hand on his desk. We are not taking the nostalgia to Earth based on a computer ghost story. Taiwan stood his ground. Sir, I'd spoken with Dr. Jisoo. She showed me things, technology we could use against the Voidborn when they return. If they return, Hyum-ki corrected. And how do you know this isn't some trick? A trap set by pirates or worse. Pirates don't have this kind of technology, Taiwan argued. He placed a data pad on the desk. Look at these ship designs. These weapons, we have nothing like this in the colonies. Hyun-ki grudgingly examined the plans, his eyes widening slightly. Where did you get these? From Dr. Jisoo. She and the other digital minds have been working on them for centuries. The captain was quiet for a long moment. Even if this is real, Earth is dead. Going there is a waste of fuel and time. Sir, what if Earth isn't as dead as we thought? 3 weeks later, the nostalgia dropped out of faster-than-light travel at the edge of the Sol system. The ship's bridge was tense with anticipation. Taiwan stood behind Captain Hyun-ki's chair, watching the main screen closely. Sensors online, reported Du Yun, the ship's science officer. Scanning the system. Any signs of other ships? Hyum-ki asked. No, sir. We appear to be alone. Hyum-ki nodded. Take us toward Earth. Slowly. As the nostalgia moved through the system, they passed the outer planets. Jupiter's great red spots still swirled. Saturn's rings still shone. These planets, too far from Earth to be of interest to the Voidborn, remained unchanged. Then they approached the inner planets. Mars, once home to human colonies, was now abandoned, evacuated during the Earth attack. Venus was as inhospitable as ever. And then, finally, Earth came into view on the main screen. A collective gasp went through the bridge crew. Earth wasn't the ball of dead rock and dust that history had recorded. The planet's surface was dark and scarred, yes, but sensors detected something else. Captain, Du Yun said in a shocked voice, I'm picking up massive energy readings from beneath Earth's surface. Power sources, huge ones, and movement. What kind of movement? Hyum-ki demanded. Mechanical activity. Underground structures. Enormous ones. Du Yun looked up from her console. Sir, there's an entire civilization down there. Taiwan felt a mix of vindication and awe. Jisoo was telling the truth. The communications console beeped. Captain, we're receiving a transmission from the planet, reported Inho, who had taken over Taiwan's regular duties. On screen, Hyun-ki ordered. Jisoo's face appeared. She smiled when she saw Taiwan. Welcome home, children of Earth, she said. We've been waiting for you. Dr. Jisoo, Hyun-ki addressed her formally. I am Captain Hyun-ki of the colony ship Nostalgia *. We were told Earth was destroyed by the Voidborn. The surface was rendered uninhabitable, Jisoo corrected. But beneath the ground, we survived. We built. We prepared. We, Hyum-ki asked. The digital minds of Earth. Millions of us. And our machines. Jisoo's image was replaced by footage showing vast underground cities. Huge factories where robots built ships and weapons. Massive computer cores housing the digital consciousnesses. For 5 centuries, Jisoo continued as the images played. We've been using automated systems and nanotechnology to transform Earth's remaining resources. We've built defenses, weapons, and ships to fight the Voidborn when they return. The screen returned to Jisoo's face. And they will return, Captain. Soon. That's why we called you home. We need you, living humans, to pilot our ships, to complete our plans. Why can't your machines do it? Hyum-ki asked. Because the Voidborn adapt to predictable patterns. Human unpredictability is our greatest weapon. Jisoo leaned forward. Will you help us save what remains of humanity, Captain? Hyum-ki looked at Taiwan, then back at the screen. We're listening, he said. I'm going down there, Taiwan announced after the meeting with Captain Hyun-ki ended. You're crazy, said Eun-oh. the ship's security chief. "We don't know what's really waiting for us on Earth." "I've been talking to Jisoo for weeks," Ta-1 replied. "If she wanted to harm us, she could have done it already." Captain Hyun-ki had listened to Jisoo's plan and agreed to send a small team to Earth's surface. Tai-1 had immediately volunteered. To his surprise, both Yun-ho and Do-Yun, the science officer, also joined the mission. 6 hours later, their small shuttle broke through Earth's dusty atmosphere. Below them stretched a gray and black landscape. No blue oceans, no green forests, just rock, dust, and the scars of the Voidborn attack. "It's hard to believe anything could live here," Do-Yun said quietly as she looked out the window. Yun-ho checked her weapon. "Nothing living does, just computer programs and machines." The shuttle followed a signal to a flat area among some mountains. As they landed, part of the ground slid open, revealing a large tunnel leading down. "I guess that's our invitation," Ta-1 said. They put on their environmental suits and stepped onto the planet that humanity had once called home. The air was thin and toxic. The ground was dead under their feet. At the tunnel entrance, 3 human-shaped robots waited. One stepped forward. "Welcome to Earth," the robot said in Jisoo's voice. "These android bodies will be your guides. Please follow us." The team followed the robots into the tunnel. The entrance closed behind them. After passing through a decontamination chamber, they were able to remove their helmets. "You can breathe normally," Jisoo's robot said. "The air here is clean." The tunnel led to an elevator that descended for several minutes. When the doors opened, the team gasped. They stood at the edge of an enormous underground cavern. Stretching out before them was a city of lights and metal. Tall buildings rose from the cavern floor. Roads connected different areas. Robots moved about, working on various tasks. And above it all, a system of lights created an artificial sky. "This is New Seoul," Jisoo explained. "One of 12 underground cities we've built." "It's incredible," Do-Yun whispered. 500 years of uninterrupted work, Jisoo said. "Without the need for food, sleep, or rest, we've accomplished much." "Where are the other digital minds?" Ta-1 asked, looking around at the robots. "All around you," Jisoo answered. "Some control the city systems. Others work in research. Many operate robots like this one when needed. The rest exist in our central computer cores, thinking, planning, creating." They walked through the city. Yun-ho remained tense, her hand never far from her weapon. Do-Yun couldn't stop asking questions about the technology she saw. Tai-1 simply tried to take it all in. Jisoo led them to a large building at the center of the city. Inside was a room filled with android bodies, each different in appearance. "These are our physical forms," Jisoo explained. "When we need to interact with the physical world, we download our consciousnesses into these bodies temporarily." A new android approached. Unlike the others, this one looked more human. It had realistic skin and facial features. It smiled at them. "This is my newest body," Jisoo said, her voice now coming from the human-like android. "I had it made specially for your visit." She held out her hand to Ta-1. After a moment's hesitation, he shook it. Her hand felt almost warm, almost real. "Now," Jisoo said, "let me show you what we've been building for 5 centuries." She led them through another door into a massive chamber. Inside were hundreds of ships, sleek, advanced vessels unlike anything in the colonial fleet. "The Ghost Fleet," Jisoo said proudly, "built by the dead to protect the living." Yun-ho stared at the ships. "How many do you have?" "Thousands," Jisoo replied, "hidden throughout the solar system. But we need humans to pilot them. We need you." "Why?" Do-Yun asked. "Because," Jisoo said, her artificial eyes intense, "the Voidborn have returned to our sensors. They'll reach this system in less than 1 month." 1 month. Yun-ho's face paled. "That's not enough time to prepare." "We've been preparing for 500 years, Jisoo replied calmly. "You only need to learn how to work with us." Back on the Nostalgia Captain Hyun-ki called an emergency meeting after hearing the news. The ship's officers gathered around the conference table while Jisoo's face watched from a screen. "Dr. Jisoo, tell us what you know about the Voidborn," Hyun-ki said. Jisoo nodded. The screen changed to show strange ships, black with shapes that hurt the eye to look at. "The Voidborn are not like us," Jisoo explained. "They don't think like us. They don't value life like we do. To them, planets are just resources to be used." "You said Earth was a harvest," Ta-1 remembered. "What did they want?" "Minerals, metals, and something else." Jisoo paused. "Biological material." A cold silence fell over the room. "They seed planets with life," Jisoo continued. "Wait for that life to develop. Then they return to harvest everything. They've done this to countless worlds." "How do you know all this?" Hyun-ki asked. "When they attacked Earth, some of us managed to capture data from their ships. For centuries, we've studied it. We've learned their language, their technology, even parts of their biology." Do-Yun leaned forward. "What are they, exactly?" "They exist partially in another dimension," Jisoo said. "That's why their ships look wrong to human eyes. That's also why they're so hard to fight. Normal weapons pass through them." "Then how can we stop them?" Eun-ho asked. "With these." Jisoo showed schematics for weapons. "We call them phase disruptors. They force the Voidborn fully into our dimension, making them vulnerable." Hyun-ki studied the designs. "And your ships have these weapons?" "Yes, but we need human pilots. The digital ghosts can handle the computers and weapons, but we need humans to make the quick, unpredictable decisions that might save us all. Even with these weapons, we're outnumbered," Hyun-ki pointed out. "Yes," Jisoo admitted, "but we have surprise on our side. The Voidborn think Earth is dead. They're coming to collect the remains. They don't expect resistance." "So what's your plan?" Hyun-ki asked. "We need to contact the other colonies," Jisoo said. "Bring as many ships here as possible. Train pilots to use our ghost fleet, and prepare for the fight of our lives." "The colonies are spread across 27 systems," Hyun-ki said. "Even with faster-than-light travel, we can't reach them all in time." "We can," Jisoo said. "We've developed a new communication technology. It can send messages instantly across any distance." She transmitted the designs to the Nostalgia's computers. The ship's engineer, Mi-Ray, examined them with growing excitement. "This is amazing," Mi-Ray said. "With this, we could unite the colonies like never before. Why didn't you share this technology sooner?" Hyun-ki asked suspiciously. "We needed to be sure," Jisoo said. "If the Voidborn intercepted our communications, they would know we survived. We had to wait until they were already on their way, when it was too late for them to change their plans." Hyun-ki stood up. "I'll need to discuss this with my crew." After Jisoo's image disappeared from the screen, the captain looked around the table. "Opinions?" he asked. "I don't fully trust them," Eun-ho said. "But I've seen their fleet, their city. They've built something incredible down there. The technology is far beyond ours," Mi-Ray added. "If they wanted to harm us, they could have easily." "Do-Yun." Hyun-ki turned to the science officer. "The digital consciousnesses are still human, in their way," Do-Yun said. "They remember Earth. They're fighting for the same thing we are, survival." Finally, Hyun-ki looked at Ta-1. "You started this. What do you think?" Ta-1 took a deep breath. "I think we have 1 month to save humanity, sir, and our best hope is to work with the ghosts of Earth." Hyun-ki nodded slowly. "Send the message to the colonies, all of them. Tell them Earth has called its children home." 2 weeks passed quickly. Ships from 7 colonies had arrived in the Sol system. More were on their way, but time was running out. The Voidborn would reach Earth in just 15 days. Ta-1 stood in a large underground training room. Around him, 20 colony pilots sat in special chairs, each chair connected to a simulation of one of the ghost ships. Again, Ta-1 said, "Try to feel the neural link, not fight it." The pilots closed their eyes, concentrating. On screens above them, their test scores appeared. Most were improving, but not fast enough. Jisoo entered the room, her android body moving smoothly. "How are they doing?" "Not well enough," Ta-1 admitted. "The neural interface is difficult for them." The ghost ships were unlike any vessel humans had built. They required a special connection between the human pilot's mind and a digital ghost co-pilot. Together, they could control the ship better than either could alone. "We need to try something different," Jisoo said. "Bring them to Hangar 3. Hangar 3 was massive. Inside sat one of the ghost ships, its sleek black hull gleaming under the lights. Unlike the boxy colony ships, the ghost vessels were smooth and curved, built for both speed and power. "This is the memory asterisk," Jisoo told the pilots. "One of our best ships." The pilots walked around it, touching its cool surface with wonder. "You've been training in simulations," Jisoo continued. "Now it's time to try the real thing. Who wants to go first?" The pilots looked at each other nervously. Finally, a woman named Sujai stepped forward. "I'll try," she said. Jisoo led Suji into the ship. The others watched on screens as Suji sat in the pilot's chair. Metal bands wrapped gently around her head and arms. "Relax," Jisoo's voice came through speakers. "Don't fight the connection. Let it flow naturally." Suji closed her eyes. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the ship's lights came on. A soft hum filled the hangar. "I can feel it," Sujai said, her voice filled with wonder. "It's like the ship is part of me." On the screens, they could see what Sujai saw. Not just normal ship readings, but a 360-degree view around the vessel. She could sense every part of the ship as if it were her own body. "Who is my co-pilot?" Suji asked. "My colleague, Dr. Junho," Jisoo answered. "He was Earth's best pilot before the attack. He's been waiting 5 centuries to fly again." One by one, the other pilots tried the neural link. Some adapted quickly, others struggled. But by the end of the day, all had managed at least a basic connection. Captain Hyun-ki met with the leaders of the colony ships that had arrived. They gathered in a large underground meeting room. Jisoo and other digital ghosts attended through android bodies. "We now have 43 colony ships and 300 ghost ships ready," Jisoo reported. "More are being prepared. The Voidborn fleet numbers at least 1,000 vessels," said Captain Hanjun of the colony ship Horizon *. "Even with your advanced technology, we're still outnumbered." "Numbers aren't everything," Jisoo replied. "The Voidborn don't expect resistance. Their ships are designed for harvesting, not war." Hyun-ki spread a map of the solar system on the table. "Where do we make our stand?" "Here," Jisoo pointed to the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. "We've hidden weapons platforms throughout the belt. When the Voidborn pass through, we'll catch them by surprise." "And if we fail?" asked another captain. "Then we'd fall back to Mars," Jisoo said. "And if necessary, to Earth itself. We've turned this planet into a fortress." Captain Hyun-ki looked around the table. "This plan requires perfect coordination between humans and digital ghosts. Can we really work together that closely?" Taiwan stepped forward. "We can. I've seen the training results. The neural link is working. Our pilots and the digital co-pilots are becoming true teams." "It's more than just technology," Jisoo added. "For 500 years, we've kept humanity's memory alive. Now we fight alongside humanity's future. We are stronger together than apart." Hyun-ki nodded slowly. "Then we have our plan. In 2 weeks, humanity and the ghosts of Earth will stand together against the Voidborn." He raised his hand toward Jisoo. After a moment, she reached out and clasped it with her android fingers. "For Earth," Hyun-ki said. "For all worlds," Jisoo replied. As more colony ships arrived, tension grew in the underground cities of Earth. Some colonists welcomed the digital ghosts as saviors. Others feared them. "They're not really human anymore," said Hanjun, captain of the Horizon during a heated meeting. "How do we know they still care about us? How do we know they won't replace us once the Voidborn are defeated? We've preserved humanity's knowledge and culture for 5 centuries. Jisoo replied calmly. Everything we've built has been for you, the children of Earth. Words, Hanjun dismissed. Just data from machines. Jisoo's android face showed a hint of sadness. You don't believe we still feel, that we remember what it was like to be human. How could you? Hanjun challenged. You exist as code. You don't eat, sleep, love, or fear death. Taiwan had been quiet during the exchange. Now he spoke up. There's one way to know for sure. All eyes turned to him. The neural link works both ways, he explained. Pilots share thoughts with their digital co-pilots. What if someone experienced Jisoo's memories directly? Felt what she felt. A heavy silence filled the room. It's possible, Jisoo said slowly, but dangerous. Human minds aren't designed to process 500 years of digital existence. What about just the important parts? Taiwan suggested. Earth's fall. The years of building. Your hopes for the future. Jisoo considered this. It could work, with the right person. Someone whose mind is compatible with mine. Her eyes met Taiwan's. They both knew who she meant. The neural transfer room was small and quiet. Taiwan lay on a special bed, neural connectors attached to his temples. Jisoo's android body sat nearby, connected to the same system. Are you sure about this? Jisoo asked. The experience will be intense. Taiwan nodded. People need to understand who you really are, what you've sacrificed. I can show them. Ready? Asked Du Yun, who monitored the equipment. Ready, Taiwan confirmed. Du Yun activated the system. Taiwan's body stiffened. His eyes closed. And then, he was Jisoo, standing in a lab in Seoul as alarms blared, looking at a sky dark with voidborn ships, feeling terror as the first weapons hit, crying as she said goodbye to her family, knowing they would die while her mind would live on. The memories flowed faster. The pain of Earth's destruction, the grief of surviving when billions died, the long, patient years of building, the loneliness of digital existence, the hope that someday humanity would return. Through it all, one feeling remained constant: love for humanity, and the determination to preserve what made humans special. When Taiwan finally opened his eyes, tears streamed down his face. Jisoo's android body sat motionless, waiting. I felt it all, Taiwan whispered. You never stopped being human. Later that day, Taiwan addressed the gathered colony leaders. His eyes were red, his voice emotional. I've experienced Jisoo's memories, he told them. I felt Earth die. I felt her grief. I lived through centuries of patient work. The digital ghosts didn't abandon their humanity. They preserved it when nothing else could. He looked around the room. They remember the taste of food we've never eaten, the feel of rain on skin, the sound of birds that no longer exist. They kept these memories alive for us. Captain Hanjun seemed moved but still uncertain. Even if we accept them as human in some way, their offer still concerns me. They want to give us their technology in exchange for new bodies, for integration into our society. How would that even work? We don't need physical bodies to survive, Jisoo explained. But after 5 centuries of digital existence, many of us wish to experience the physical world again, even if only temporarily. To feel sun and wind, to touch and be touched. And your technology, asked another leader, will be shared regardless, Jisoo said firmly. We built it for humanity's survival. It belongs to all of you. Taiwan stepped forward again. In 7 days, the Voidborn will arrive. We can argue about the future later. Right now, we need to stand together, digital and physical humans as one, or none of us will survive. One by one, the colony leaders nodded in agreement. Tell us what you need, Captain Hyun-ki said to Jisoo, and we'll make it happen. The day arrived. Sensors detected the void-born fleet entering the outer edges of the solar system. 1,000 ships, moving in perfect formation. Their black hulls seemed to bend light around them, making them hard to look at directly. In the command center deep beneath Earth's surface, humans and digital ghosts worked side by side. Taiwan stood next to Jisoo, watching the main screen. They're following the exact path we predicted, Jisoo said. They don't suspect anything. Captain Hyun-ki nodded. All ships are in position. The asteroid belt trap is ready. 300 ghost ships hid among the asteroids between Mars and Jupiter. 200 more waited behind Mars. The 47 colony ships protected Earth, their weapons upgraded with the digital ghosts technology. Send the signal, Hyun-ki ordered. Taiwan pressed a button. Throughout the solar system, pilots like Suja connected to their neural links. In each ghost ship, a human mind joined with a digital consciousness. Two kinds of humans, working as one. The Voidborn have entered the asteroid belt, reported Du Yun from her station. They'll reach the first trap point in 3 minutes. Those 3 minutes felt like hours. Taiwan's heart pounded. Jisoo's android hand touched his briefly. It will work, she whispered. Voidborn reaching first trap point, Du Yun announced. Now. On the screen, the hidden weapons platforms activated. Beams of blue energy shot through the asteroid belt, hitting the front line of Voidborn ships. The strange energy made the alien vessels fully visible, locking them into normal space. Phase disruptors working, Jisoo said with satisfaction. First wave is vulnerable. The ghost ships emerged from hiding. They were beautiful in motion, sleek and deadly. They fired their weapons at the trapped Voidborn vessels. 20 enemy ships exploded before they could react. They're changing formation, Du Yun reported. They're responding faster than we expected. The Voidborn fleet broke apart, moving in different directions. Some headed toward Mars. Others continued toward Earth. They're trying to split our forces, Hyun-ki said. As we expected, Jisoo replied. Second phase. Now. The ghost ships pursued the Voidborn, engaging them in smaller battles throughout the system. On the command screen, Taiwan watched blue dots, their ships, and red dots, Voidborn ships, dancing around each other. Both sides were taking losses. Ghost ship * memory * is hit, reported Yun-oh. Suji's ship. Taiwan tensed. Is she okay? Unknown. They're still fighting. The battle raged for hours. The Voidborn adapted to the phase disruptors, becoming harder to trap. But the ghost ships adapted too, their human pilots making unpredictable moves that confused the aliens. They're still coming, Hyun-ki said grimly as more red dots approached Earth. At least 300 ships. Time for the final defense, Jisoo said. She turned to Taiwan. Are you ready? He nodded. They had discussed this plan. The most dangerous part of the defense. Jisoo would temporarily transfer her consciousness into Taiwan's mind. Together, they would control Earth's final weapon. Taiwan sat in a special chair. Neural connectors wrapped around his head. This will be different from before, Jisoo warned. We'll be truly merged, two minds as one. I trust you, Taiwan said. The connection activated. Taiwan gasped as Jisoo's consciousness flowed into his mind. 500 years of knowledge. The pain of Earth's fall. The determination to survive. It was overwhelming at first. Then their thoughts aligned. We are one now *, Jisoo's voice said in his mind. Let's save our home *. With shared thoughts, they activated Earth's final defense. Massive cannons emerged from hidden bases on the moon. Ancient weapons platforms, hidden in Earth orbit for centuries, powered up. And deep beneath the surface, the digital ghosts combined their processing power to coordinate the defense. As the Voidborn fleet approached Earth, they faced firepower unlike anything they had encountered before. The phase disruptors locked them in place. The weapons tore through their ships. But still they came. And in orbit around the planet they had destroyed 5 centuries ago, the final battle for humanity's home began. The battle for Earth lasted 3 days. When it ended, half the Ghost Fleet was destroyed. 30 colony ships were lost. But the Voidborn were defeated. Their remaining ships fled the solar system, something they had never done before. In the command center, tired humans celebrated alongside android bodies controlled by digital ghosts. They had won, together. Tai-1 sat quietly in a corner. The merge with Ji-Su had changed him. Her consciousness was back in the computer system now, but echoes of her memories remained in his mind. He understood the digital ghosts better than any living human. "You should rest," said Captain Hyun-ki, sitting beside him. "I will," Ta-1 replied. "But there's something I need to show you first." A week later, the leaders of all colonies gathered in a large hall beneath Earth's surface. Ji-Su stood before them, her android body repaired after the battle. "We have won a great victory," she said. "But the Voidborn will return someday. We must be ready." "How can we prepare?" asked Captain Hanjun, who had fought bravely in the battle and now respected the digital ghosts. "By reclaiming our home," Ji-Su answered. She gestured, and a section of the wall opened. Behind it was a room filled with thousands of clear containers. Inside each container was a small plant. "What is this?" Hyun-ki asked. "Earth's biological legacy," Ji-Su explained. "Before the attack, we collected DNA samples from every plant and animal species we could find. For 500 years, we've preserved them. Now it's time to bring them back." Do-Yun moved closer to the containers, her eyes wide. "These are extinct species." "Not extinct," Ji-Su corrected. "Just waiting, like we were." She led the group to another room. This one contained advanced machinery. "With these tools, we can begin to heal Earth's surface. It will take time, perhaps a century or more. But eventually, oceans will return. Forests will grow. Animals will roam the land again." "A new Earth," whispered Meirei, touching one of the machines. "The old Earth," Ji-Su said, "remembered and reborn." 1 month later, Tai-1 stood on Earth's surface. He wore a light environmental suit. The air was still toxic, but less so than before. Around him, machines worked to clean the soil. In the distance, a huge dome rose from the ground, the first surface habitat. Ji-Su stood beside him, in her android body. They watched as a small robot planted a seedling in the newly prepared soil. "Oak tree," Ji-Su said. "They used to cover large parts of Earth." Tai-1 nodded. "I saw them in your memories." Above them, ships moved back and forth. Some colony vessels had returned to their original systems to spread the news of victory. Others had stayed to help rebuild Earth. The Ghost Fleet patrolled the solar system, watchful for any return of the Voidborn. "What happens now?" Ta-1 asked. "To the digital ghosts, I mean. Some will remain digital, guiding the rebuilding process and watching for threats," Ji-Su replied. "Others will use android bodies to work alongside humans. And some," she hesitated. "Somewhat," Tai-1 prompted. "Some will try something new." Ji-Su looked at him. "We've developed a way to transfer a digital consciousness into a cloned human body. A true rebirth. Not just an android, but flesh and blood. Is that what you want?" Tai-1 asked. Ji-Su smiled. "After 500 years, yes. I want to feel rain on my skin again. Real skin. Will you still be you? With all your memories?" "I'll be me, but different too. Limited by a human brain again. Some memories will fade." She looked at the seedling. "Like that tree, I'll be the same species, but a new individual." Sujai approached them. She had survived the battle, though her ship was destroyed. Captain Hyun-ki is calling a meeting. The first terraforming stage is ready to begin. As they walked back to the dome, Taiwan looked up at the dusty sky. Someday, it would be blue again. Someday, children would be born on this planet who had never known the colonies. They would learn about the time when Earth died and how the ghosts remembered until humanity returned. Two kinds of humans had saved Earth. Now, together, they would rebuild it.